Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? This is Profesor Pablo with Sentence Starters. Lesson 2, saying your name. If you want to say your name, you say me llamo plus your name. For me, me llamo Pablo. Me llamo literally means I call myself Pablo, but we understand it as my name is Pablo. Me llamo Pablo. Te llamas would be the you familiar form. Your name is. Usted se llama is your name is, the formal way of saying it. Él se llama, his name is. Ella se llama, her name is. Ellos se llaman, their names are. All girls, ellas se llaman, their names are. Nos llamamos, our names are. And the way to link our names or their names, like one name to another, you use the word Y, which is E. The letter Y, Y, is pronounced E, and it means and. Ustedes se llaman, your names are. And if you just want to point something out and say what it's called or its name is, you just say llama. Se llama, whatever it may be called. Notice that yo, tú, and nosotros, nosotras in parentheses because of the spelling of the verb, we already know what the subject is, so we don't need the subject pronoun for clarification. But when we say se llama by itself, it could be his name is, her name is, or usted, your name is, all right? So we say él se llama, ella se llama, and usted se llama. Now the optional form, my name is straightforward, mi nombre es. My name is Pablo. Tu nombre es, your name is. Su nombre es could also be not just your usted name is, but it could be his name is, her name is, its name is. Su nombre es has a lot of meanings. Su nombre es could also be their name is. Su nombre es Martinez. Their name is Martinez. And sus nombres son, their names are Miguel y Gregorio. Their names are Michael and Gregory. Sus nombres son Miguel y Gregorio. Now in the suggestions, if you want to say Mr., like his name is Mr. Johnson, you would say él se llama el señor Johnson. Her name is Mrs. Johnson. Ella se llama la señora Johnson. Or her name is Miss Johnson. Ella se llama la señorita Johnson. You could also do it as su nombre es el señor Johnson. Su nombre es la señora Johnson. Or su nombre es la señorita Johnson. If you want to say what a doctor's name is, okay, let's say the doctor's last name is Carmichael. El doctor se llama Carmichael, or él se llama el doctor Carmichael. His name is Dr. Carmichael. Él se llama el doctor Carmichael. If it's a female doctor, ella se llama la doctora Carmichael. If you want to say their names are Mr. and Mrs. Franklin, sus nombres son los señores Franklin, or ellos se llaman los señores Franklin. Look at some of the examples. Two ways of saying my name is Pablo. Me llamo Pablo, which literally is I call myself Pablo, but it's my name is Pablo. Or mi nombre es Pablo. Ella se llama la doctora Johnson. Her name is Dr. Johnson. If it were his name, it would be él se llama el doctor Johnson. Their names are Mr. and Mrs. Martinez. Ellos se llaman los señores Martinez. Their names are John and Mary. Sus nombres son Juan y María. Like a little pet. Se llama Puquisito. Its name is Puquisito. And you point at carpeting and you say, oh, se llama alfombra. Yeah, it's called alfombra. It's called alfombra. Se llama alfombra. So the essence of this lesson is to be able to say your own name, and that would be me llamo or mi nombre es. You want to be able to say his name is él se llama or su nombre es plus the name. Her name is ella se llama or su nombre es plus the name. And you want to be able to say their names are ellos se llaman and plug in the two names with the word e in between the two names. And they, female, their names are, for example, ellas se llaman Susana y Alicia. Their names are Susie and Alice. Ellas se llaman Susana y Alicia. Now, if you're a theater teacher and you're assigning roles in a play, you could just point to somebody and say, tú te llamas or te llamas. Point to another student, say, tú te llamas or te llamas. Your name is, your name is. You two are, ustedes se llaman, assigning roles in a play. You could use it that way. Let's say you work in public and someone comes up to the counter. We know how to ask the question, ¿Cómo se llama usted? Let's say you ask, ¿Cómo se llama usted? What is your name? And they say, Porfirio. And then you forget. And then you look at the person and you say, usted se llama, you say it like you're wondering and pause, usted se llama, and then the person will provide you with his or her name. They'll say Porfirio, and you go, ah, sí, oh yeah, usted se llama Porfirio. Usted se llama Porfirio. Let's say you're working in the public, and a couple of people come up to your counter, and they already checked in and told you their names, but you forgot. You could hesitate again and go, ustedes se llaman, your names are, ustedes se llaman, and then they could say, Guillermo y Beto, William and Beto. Ah, sí, ustedes se llaman Guillermo y Beto. Now remember that. Ah, sí, oh yeah. Ah, sí, oh yeah. Now here's another one. Verdad means right. B de vaca, B chica, V-E-R-D-A-D. Verdad means right. You can make it as a statement. Verdad, right, verdad, verdad. You can make it sound like a question. Verdad, right, verdad. So you could be an elementary school teacher, second day of school. You don't have all the names memorized. And little Frankie walks up and you can't remember his name. And you go, te llamas, te llamas, te llamas. And then the name comes to you and you say, te llamas Frankie, verdad? Your name is Frankie, right? Te llamas Frankie, verdad? Same thing in public. Let's say the person's name is Carla. Lady comes up. You forgot her name. She already checked in. And then you say, for clarification and confirmation, usted se llama Carla, verdad? Verdad, right? Your name is Carla, right? Usted se llama Carla, verdad? Let's say you're pointing across the hall in public at someone whose name is Aurelio, and you're not sure, and you say to someone, él se llama Aurelio, verdad? His name is Aurelio, verdad? Él se llama Aurelio, verdad? Let's say you're at a doctor's office, and the mom's checking in her little daughter, Patricia, who happens to have a cold, and you forget her name, and then you look and point at her daughter, and you say, ella se llama Patricia, verdad? Just confirming, ella se llama Patricia, verdad? Okay, so remember, verdad, right? Verdad, very common, used every day in conversation. And some people really butcher it. They'll go, va, verdad, verdad? You don't want to do that. Verdad, like whack-a-mole, I told you. Hit it and hit it right. Pronounce it correctly. Verdad, right? Verdad? And then, of course, ah, sí, oh yeah, ah, sí, oh yeah, ah, sí, oh yeah, verdad, right. All right, I think you've got the essence of the lesson. It's very simple. Again, to repeat a final wrap. My name is either me llamo plus your name or mi nombre es. His name is él se llama or su nombre es. Her name is ella se llama or su nombre es. Their names are ellos se llaman plus their two names or whatever, how many names. And their names are for female, ellas se llaman. And that's the most important thing that you need to know. Of course, sus nombres son, their names are. Okay, that should work. Verdad, right? Ah, sí, oh yeah, verdad. Verdad, right? Verdad, right. Question, verdad, right? Verdad, right. The question, verdad? The statement, verdad, right. Okay, es todo por ahora. Muchas gracias por acompañarme otra vez aquí. This is Profesor Pablo signing off. Cambio fuera.